Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We are talking to Crow, the one that I have in the description down in below. So Crow, tell us about your channel and tell us where you plan to take your channel to.
Hey Jose, I would like to start like some kind of travel vlog. I know that the travel vlogs on YouTube right now are like really extreme and like going to the Bahamas and ziplining and skydiving and all that crazy stuff, but I kind of want to introduce this aspect of like, this is a very real situation that people are living in, and I think that YouTube has like a really great platform to kind of show people that there are other ways of life that are being lived.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was kind of going for, something that's just like a little bit different. I've seen van dwelling and stuff before, but I kind of want to add in more of like an educated aspect to it. Like I want to have a few series of like how to get benefits the right way and like how to know your rights and know what you can fully be getting from the government, because the government, despite popular belief right now, is actually here to help the people. But over the years, we've had this like twist in thinking of what government is, and we think that the people have to support the government, but it's actually the people that put the government in place. So we should be using these things to our advantage. But right now, like, there's a lot of things that are being used to disadvantage, and I want to give people that like upper leg if they find themselves in this kind of situation, or a situation that they aren't fully educated on.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how did you start your YouTube channel and what caused you to do it?
So I've actually had like I've had like a year worth of filming. When I first came to California in 2016, I actually started a YouTube channel, like YouTube content, I should say. I started my channel back then too, but I had my content and stuff, it was just on my laptop, and I never really uploaded it because I feel like my first video should be perfect and all the videos should be perfect and everything should be perfect, but I realized that like things are not going to be perfect all the time, and you have to actually do something in order to realize like what you need to do better to make it perfect. So when I uploaded my first video on this channel that you guys see now that they're gonna click on the description of, when I started that channel, I was kind of like, you know what, fuck it, like I'm back where I was a year ago, you know, thinking and considering like, should I do a YouTube and da-da-da-da-da, what's in it, what's the best outcome, what am I even doing it for? But like, I realize I'm not doing it for really anything except for myself. And, you know, like the education that I wish I had when I first started my journey on the road and stuff, I wish that I would have had some kind of information or somewhere that I could go to just for like a few tips and tricks. But like, I figured out all of this, like a lot of it out on my own. It wasn't until like a year in that I actually settled down in a community like Slab City, and I started to like learn, you know, spanging and busking and all those like hands-on skills. But like as far as like needing government aid for EBT or getting unemployment because of disability or anything like that, I didn't know how to do any of that. So I kind of wanted to have like a little like cheat sheet of where people can kind of have the info to get that done.
Nice.
And that's always been my kind of like, that's always what I've wanted to do, but I'm just trying it out on YouTube to see what it will be like.
So like, I've always told people the first year of being a nomad is the hardest, and it seems like you found that out to be true.
I don't know, I would say like my first year of being a nomad was really easy and like really awesome, but that was because I had like a really awesome, great outlook on it. Going into my second year now, I think it's just the circumstances that I found myself in haven't created an environment that's successful for sustaining happiness for longer durations.
For everybody, it's going to be different out here.
Right, yeah. Yeah, like, I think 2018, like how we were talking about before, like, 2018 was my fucking year. But, like, 2019, like, I knew in 2018 that 2018 was so good that 2019 had to, like, something has to go wrong in 2019, and it definitely did. You know, like, did not go according to plan.
Right.
But I'm glad it happened towards the end of the year, I guess. I don't know, like, as much optimism as I can try to squeeze out of that fucking lemon. Like, I'm glad it's getting over with now, hopefully, and I can move on. I can't believe it's about to be fucking 2020, dude.
I know. It's gonna be
crazy.
14 years for me on the streets.
That's nuts.
Yeah. You know, it seems like yesterday. Like the years is going way out of whack for me.
Right. Yeah, I definitely, like, time fucking flies when you're having fun, man.
Yes,
Like,
ma'am.
yeah, I've been having a lot of fun on the road. Just this last situation that I found myself in hasn't really been, like, the most beneficial, so I've been trying to get out of it, but everything takes time, you know?
Yes, ma'am. So if you had to give a tip to a newcomer, what would your tip be?
Just fucking do it. Like, just fucking do it. Without hesitation, just do it. And, like, I said that in my very first video, the homeless chick makes a YouTube.
Right.
Like, I said that in my first video that I posted, but Jose, I also said that for, like, a year and, like several, like, hundreds of other videos that I never posted. Like, so for a year, I had been looking into a camera and saying, like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it, and then I never posted it. And then for some reason, like, when I was in Michigan, I was just like, no, actually, like, fuck it, like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put myself to the test, and I'm gonna fucking do this.
Right. Now, a few, was it 2014, 13, somewhere around there, I took a friend of mine that out of Maryland. He wanted to go hitchhiking, and I thought I was taking the easy route with him, and the easy route with him was the hardest route. He, because we both lived near the Appalachian Trail, so I let him choose the easy route, where it'd be a lot easy. What I mean by easy is be fun and get to hang around the trail and learn little by little. And so as we made our way down to Virginia, he's like, hey, let's hit the road now. So I took him under the bridge, because that's where like most of the people sleep under the bridge, and he did not enjoy that one bit. He got himself a one-way ticket back to Maryland. You know, that, like, van life.
Oh, because he had to under a bridge.
Yeah, because he couldn't deal with the wind, the traffic noise, the train noise. I mean, out there you got to deal with a lot of things. Hitchhiking is a lot
more than just.
Yes, hitchhiking is a lot different than rubber tramping.
Yeah.
Because you're forced to sleep out there in the elements.
Right.
Yeah. What is the weirdest and bizarrest thing have you ran into yet?
Oh, fuck. Where do I begin? Oh, man, I can't pull it off the top of my head, but, like, there was one time I was traveling around with a few guys, and I don't like it when people are sleeping in my car. Like, I'll carry you around, like, we'll get from point A to point B, but, like, as far as, like, sleeping arrangements, like, if you're not paying the rent on this thing, you're not sleeping in it. So, I would, like, kick them out of my van at night, and they were totally fine with it. They totally understood. And they actually would go and sleep in, like, the low sheds, you know, like the display sheds.
Yeah, I frown upon that.
Yeah, they leave them open at night, and, like, yeah, they were, like, sleeping in there or whatever. But that was just, like, a funny story. The weirdest thing that's happened to me, though, like, yeah, like I said, I probably can't pull it out right now. But I have my fair share of stories that pop up from time to time that have happened and are weird and freaky and silly. Nothing scary has really happened to me though. Like, there was this one time I was sleeping in a Walmart parking lot and I had this dream that somebody was around my car with like a knife trying to get in. So I woke up, and when I woke up, I saw somebody probably like 20 yards away walking away from my car. And I was like, that's weird. I wonder if they were trying to get into my car, or like if I was having like a premonition.
Now, do you sleep better in your vehicle than you would in a house situation?
Oh my god, yes. And I'm so glad you asked that question. I get so weirded out in houses. I get so freaked out in houses. Like, because I can't hear anything, and then like I also feel really disconnected from like trees and like the outside if I'm in a house for too long.
Right.
Like, I can sit relatively comfortably in a house for like 20 minutes.
No.
And then like I feel really awkward. Like, my friends have asked me like if I want to stay at their house and whatever, and like I always appreciate it when I'm going through because I love to see my friends and whatever. So I'll stay there, but like I insist on sleeping on the couch because like a bed makes me feel weird.
Right. Now, the number one question, I know for females is a lot different than men. Men can use the bathroom anywhere. Now, the number one question is, why do we wear the same clothes? And my answer always has been is that it's not because we want to, it's because we have to. Not like have to, we don't choose to. But now, the bathroom aspects of things, a lot of people understand men just can whip it out, but females, is it harder on a female for the bathroom aspects?
It depends on like how open you are. Like, I think that like public urination and stuff, like me personally, I think within like relative boundaries, like doing it away from a school or like a church or whatever, like I think those are off limits. But like I don't see why anyone can't just take a piss anywhere. It's a natural thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a natural
that's
occurrence.
my aspect on it. So I fucking pee outside. Like, I'll take a shit outside. I don't give a fuck. But like I know there are some situations where like I can't do that, and yeah, it makes it difficult. Like if I'm at a Walmart, because if I'm traveling through a city, right? I'm traveling and I stop in a city, I have to stop at a Walmart or a travel stop. Well, sometimes the travel stops in the cities, they charge $10, and fuck that. So I go to the Walmart, and the Walmart's free, but it's only open until 12. So then you have to worry from like 12 to 9, like, okay, where am I going to take a piss? Like, usually, since I have a cargo van, I park like next to like a line of bushes or something, or like way in the back where I'm like next to the semis and stuff and out of everyone's way. But also like so that my car is surrounded by bushes so that I can open my back doors and like just kind of do my biz, you know, like when I need to. But yeah, I don't know, it is kind of like a weird thing because like, I don't know, I think it's like such a natural thing that it's weird. Like when I was living in Slab City, yeah, you didn't have a fucking royal toilet for months on end, and then you go into Maze and you're like, holy fuck, they have toilet paper, like you know, like, and they have a seat to sit down in. So like sometimes it's cool to like assimilate the little luxuries back into life, but I honestly just like being outside a lot, and being inside makes me anxious.
Yeah, I understand that feeling.
Yeah, and I think it always kind of has. Like,
one last question.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people's wondering, how did you obtain your van? How did you get your van?
Oh my god, I did something so fucking dumb. Like, it's not a regret, but it's definitely like a huge fucking learning lesson. I bought my car off the fucking lot, dude. Oh, like...
at least you know what's wrong with it.
Huh?
I said, at least you bought your car off the lot instead of buying it off some smoke on the road.
Oh, yeah, right.
Nice.
Well, I was looking, I actually really wanted to buy a van off the side of the road because I had money for it. But long story short, like, some people in my life ended up convincing me, like, oh, you should just buy it off the lot, because if you buy it off the lot, nothing's going to be wrong with it. And then also you get, like, these perks, like, with the dealership that I'm with, Ford, like, I can get free tires anytime I want, or if I go to a Ford place and make an appointment, I can get, like, free touch-ups on my oil or whatever. And that's just with the price adjustment that you pay monthly. So they made it sound like I was actually going to be winning, but, like, now look at me, like, 2 years down the road, I don't have a fucking job, like, I don't have the finances right now. Like, I'm paying for my van just fine, but, like, if I were to keep it up like this without a job and da-da-da-da, like, I wouldn't be able to pay off my van, you know? So, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going to happen to my van after my last payment that I can pay, that I can afford. So I don't know what's going to happen to my van after that, and that's kind of like a scary thing because it's my house, it's where I live, it's my protection. Like, I would literally, I don't know where I would go because I don't know who's going to take in a girl and a dog. I know a shelter won't. I know a dog pound is going to charge. Like, so it's kind of like worrisome in a way, like, how am I going to pay for it, blah, blah. But then again, it's like, I know that just like anybody else, like, you work for what you want. So
yeah,
if that means, like, I'm gonna have to fucking spange at 3 a.m. to get tips from drunkards leaving the bar, like, then I might have to do that. You know what I mean? But, like,
no, what I've seen so far, you're a pretty good singer.
Yeah, so I actually do pretty good, like, when I'm out, and being a female actually does help. So, like, I get a lot of free stuff. Like, I get a lot of free food, I get a lot of free everything when I go out on the street. But, like, it's also kind of hard, and I would actually like to talk about this now if you give me the opportunity. Like, it's hard being a female on the road because you get sexualized a lot, and
I could see that.
Like, I'm not out on the street every day because of that. Like, I get sexualized just, like, people telling me, like, hey, beautiful, hey, sexy, what's up? Like, that makes me uncomfortable, and I think actually more people than you think would agree with that.
Right.
Because it is kind of like objectifying. So not only do I get that on the street, I get that in, like, you know, just between casual conversation, but then it also gets, like, worse on the street, like, because people think you want to sell drugs or sell sex, and, like, it just,
they don't see
it's not a situation that anyone wants to be in.
They don't,
so, like, I think,
yeah,
you know, there's definitely times where I have to take, like, a mental break from being on the corner because, you know, like, someone will catcall me, and, like, it just like anybody else, like, it doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It doesn't feel empowering. I'm not going to enjoy that aspect, but, like, that being said, when I do go out there, like, I do make good money, you know, and I don't have to do a lot. Like, I've literally just, when I first started out and didn't know how to play ukulele or anything, I just sat out with a good sign that said, a good dollar is a good deed. And I still have that sign. I call it my $94 sign because it made me $94 in, like, under 45 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was like, holy fuck, like, you know, and I learned, like, a lot from that experience alone that I would like to talk about another time because it's a whole nother story. But, yeah, you know, you just, like, learn different skills and learn different coping mechanisms. But I would say that being a female is, like, mentally draining on the road because you are having to constantly deal with, like, that objectification and sexualization because it's normalized in society. When you see a woman on the street corner, what do you think? I mean, what's in every movie? What has every comic book ever said? Prostitute, right?
That is pretty wrong.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, going against standards, I guess. Like,
hey guys, if you're liking the conversation that you're hearing, go over to Crow's channel. It'll be up here. You'll see a little eye symbol. Click on that. And or if you're too lazy enough, go down to the description and hit the link. Her channel's there. Her name is Crow. And
would love to see you guys there. Gonna live stream soon. Gonna upload some more stuff, some edits.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification when you get to her channel. It'll mean a lot to her.
Yeah. It would mean so much.
Alright guys, we're pushing 20 minutes on this interview. We'll set up another interview with Crow and we'll talk around some more about her experiences and her tips for you, if she has tips for you. It was nice talking to you, Crow.
For sure.
Don't hang up yet.
This was awesome, Jose.
Alright, don't hang
I
up.
won't.
Hey, Crow, don't hang up.